There's no takeoffs over this apartment building. And there's no coincidence where the airport is stalking. That's called crossing path as well. It's psychopathic pacing combined. Not only are you not going to hear the audible activity as though it's supposed to be a takeoff, which are not happening over the senior citizen apartment complex at 215 EC Street, the entity's doing so in the engineered environment, while the people of the state are demons who are stalking and lurking with the government, including the one using helicopters to stalk me and harass and threaten me on behalf of Jason Isaac Fields and Tracy Banks, by the way. These are delusional demons who have already lost with regard to trying to make sense the defamation that they committed while plotting my murder, i.e. gang stalking me, and also manufacturing a whole criminal record and mental illness while they've been engaged in what is the pattern of conduct. This is where the entity is stalking as an airport. Here's my upright shadow here on the wall. Let me come in so you can see it. This is impossible light activity while the entity is maintaining that means of surveillance, and the entity is maintaining this environment with regard to surveillance that you need to know is underway everywhere, while the entity is engaged in what is targeting me in furtherance of murder. Doing so while you are stalking as the airport is the direct prosecution of the gang stalking police, which you already know because of the body of evidence of them stalking me, and doing so while I'm also in use of my device publishing evidence, not coincidentally, about this pattern of conduct, and the people of the state who you already know are light slingers, feces consumers, and vagina monitors, doing so on behalf of Jason Fields and Tracy Banks. They're going to prison. They're mentally ill. They're being inside of the library stalking all day long, and this is no environment that is naturally occurring, nor is it irrelevant. The entity is engaged in psychopathic pacing, targeting the senior citizen complex. Paul Leon's being removed from office. That's the city hall. The airport is south of Hope Boulevard. The entity is acting like it's taking off. We're rising, like it's rising right here where the entity is maintaining this plane activity. That's the pattern of conduct. P.O.C. The Ontario Police and the Ontario International Airport are invested in what is murder. They're invested in murder with regard to stealing millions and millions and millions of dollars, and it's an international syndicate with regard to what are targeting children. That's also why the airport's being shut down, in addition to conspiring my murder and stalking. The use of resources, the planes, the money, the companies, the people, the manpower, and the level of corruption that is at play is unprecedented, while an entity is engaged in what is psychopathic pacing. This video is 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Right now, the entity is engaged in what is a high frequency of flight while I capture the evidence, which is relevant to the mental illness. As you document demons who despise being discerned, I'm also documenting what is their criminal conduct, and that's where you get the very incriminating, because it's already stalking, which the investigation, the court case is going to show. They engage in more and more of it as you document it, okay? They're doing it in the engineered environment, which Securitas shares, and the entity is stalking right here by helicopter with regard to my use of my device, in the same way that they're stalking by planes with regard to use of my device, and the entity is stalking me like I showed going to Economy Inn, where they're acting like they're flying, they're not acting like they're taking off, they are hovering over my head at Nevada and Euclid Avenue, stalking, just like the police department. And Fields is going to prison for it. P.O.C.